Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my sisters and brothers. This is Debbie Almontaser. I hope you are doing well. I'm so excited that Ramadan is coming. I wanted to share with you some amazing ways to engage your children. And so today I'm going to focus on 15 ways to make Ramadan special for your kids this year. And you must be wondering, well, what can we do to do that? So I'm going to start by first sharing with you the importance of holding a meeting with your children and going over, the rituals of Ramadan and how we know when the month of Ramadan is coming. And you can certainly do that by just telling them the story of the moon sighting and how Muslims are supposed to look for the moon to be able to know when Ramadan begins and when Ramadan ends. It's such an exciting thing for children. And if you actually take them out and you show them and you have them have that experience, it makes it even more exciting for them. The second way you could do that is welcome the month with balloons and banners and more. Make Ramadan festive for your kids. We live in a society in the West where Christmas is commercialized, Hanukkah is commercialized. We need to make our children feel like Ramadan is a special time. So go out there and buy balloons, buy banners that say Ramadan Mubarak, and whatever other, activities that you can actually buy, such as lights, lanterns, etc. These things are actually easily available. You can find them in Middle Eastern and Islamic stores, and you can also buy them online. Everything now is online that you can actually purchase these things to decorate your home and make Ramadan special. Another thing is you can actually do with your children is actually tell Ramadan stories at bedtime every night. Take the opportunity to read a book to your children. So today I actually have a couple of books from my library from my days of teaching. This is called Ramadan. It actually talks about the sighting of the moon and tells the story of a family going to the mosque, making their, breaking their fast, making their Tarawih. It's a really beautiful book. Another book that I have is actually ways that communities celebrate Ramadan all over the world. This is another great book to expose your children as to how Islam is very multicultural. And then I also have this book called The Fall of the Giants. And actually, this is about Sayyidina Dawood, his story. And actually, this author, her name is Noura Dirk. She actually has several books that you can actually buy and read to your children. This one's called The Fall of the Giant. She also has the story of Yunus and the whale, Maryam and her baby, the king, the prince, and the naughty sheep. And then she also has Ibrahim and the rebel, and Ibrahim alayhi salam. So really some great, children's books that are out there that you can actually make every night celebratory for your children by reading a book to them that tells them the story of their faith tradition. Another thing you could do with your children is actually have them fast a quarter of the day, starting with our children as young as possible, 5 years old and older, having them do maybe an hour and, treating them, with a special breakfast because they actually spent an hour. If they're a little older, you might want to increase it by a couple of hours, but it's a great way for them to start actually getting trained and feel excited about fasting and joining the family and doing that. Another thing you might want to do to make it special is actually create Ramadan loot bags. What are loot bags? It's actually a bag filled with special toys and candies and little trinkets to make them feel special. So having some of these for your children is also another great way to make Ramadan special. Another thing you can do is make a presentation about Ramadan in your child's school, helping his peers and his teacher know about how we actually are, worshiping and our spiritual upliftment as Muslims through these activities that we are engaging in. Number 7, make Ramadan arts and crafts at home. Children love to color, draw, and cut. Find activities. There is so much out there online that you can actually get and work with your children to make these beautiful, beautiful artistic drawings to hang all over your house. Another thing you could do is invite their friends over for a kids-only iftar. Make it really special. Make the foods that they love and have them and their peers eat together. Number 10, invite their grandparents and older community members over for an iftar. I know I love being around my grandchildren, and I'm sure your family would love to be around your children. Number 11, make a scrapbook for this Ramadan, and you can actually do a daily journal in that scrapbook that actually depicts all the great things you did throughout the course of Ramadan. Number 12, teach your children to remember the poor and find activities that you can actually do with your children to give back for those who are less fortunate. You know, have them help you identify the charity that you want to donate and let them be a part of that process in making that donation. Number 14, play Ramadan songs. There's so many amazing nasheeds out there about Ramadan that you can actually play and sing along with your children. And number 15, take them with you to Tarawih prayers so they feel a part of the community. Again, this is only if we are able to make Tarawih in our local mosque. If not, do it at home, and it's just as special because you are doing it with your family. So I hope these 15 tips on how to make Ramadan special for your kids are helpful. I hope to see you, inshallah, at the next episode. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.